My name is Damas Mfugale. I'm the Director General of Tanzania Tourism Board. Well, as a board of Tanzania Tourism, we've actually been in communication, or rather engaging the tourism operators of the country, and especially the area where those major attractions are in the parks and the similar areas, to make sure they equip those areas with equipments which will be assisting the challenged people. So I wouldn't be able to commit and say we have done what have been done so far, but what I understand is those institutions, or rather the operators, have already started, and I wouldn't be able to announce now, but in the future I should be able to do that, so that when we do the campaigns and awareness campaign about tourism or domestic tourism of the country, we'll be mentioning those facilities which will be provided to those people who want to go to those parks and experience the wonder of Tanzania. There is quite an increase of people with I call challenged people going and participate in visiting our destinations and attractions which we have in the country. As I said, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but there is an increase, but also we are trying to campaign, and obviously, as I said earlier, we're working in getting those equipments which will assist these people to attend or to visit those areas. Once they're available, we should be able to announce and put in as a part of our promotion campaign. The environment is conducive. You know, most of the time when you go to the parks, beside going and visiting the attractions, but obviously, where do you stay? You stay in the hotels. And those hotels, all the hotels, according to the standards which we have, and obviously the Tanzania grading and classification criteria requires all those facilities to be able to provide the disabled or challenged people facilities, so that they can access on those facilities. There is that provisions, but I wouldn't confirm exactly in terms of going to the specific parks. When they want to go and visit the parks, how have we done so far? But I understand in the hotels or in the restaurants, all those facilities are being provided, because it's a requirement. It's a requirement by law to make sure we do that. Yeah. The operators, and this is what we've emphasized to all the operators, to make sure they go extra mile and provide the services to those disabled. Not just like a normal person who can see, who can walk, but for those people with those challenges, we've tried to emphasize to those operators to make sure they do an extra mile assistance to make sure they get those services. Some might not be able to be available, but as a part of our hospitality initiative, is to make sure they get what is needed to be done for those challenged people. Our focus, besides the international tourism, to promote for the international, which obviously we always do, promoting for the international tourists coming to the country, but we also going into the promoting domestic tourism for the Tanzanian themselves. We Tanzanian, we're trying to incentivize Tanzanian to go and experience our very special attractions we have in this country. So it's our focus, and we're going to do a lot of campaigns on that in a various way of doing it, so that we get more Tanzanian changing the culture of just not going to the park and experience. So start doing that. Well, the leading countries in Tanzania, we have what we call traditional markets. Traditional markets are Europeans and America, and to some extent to Asia, which is a market which is growing to come to Tanzania. So the countries of America itself, and then Europe, you're talking obviously English or British, Germans, France, Italian, and those are our traditional markets, which they still lead. And obviously, when come to Tanzania, the very strength we have as a country is wildlife-based tourism or nature-based tourism. So they go to the parks mainly. Obviously, there's a big increase of interest in cultural tourism, where people coming from those countries want to go and experience the culture of Tanzania. You remember, Tanzania has got almost 120 tribes, and a lot of the markets which we targeting and promoting, they are really keen to come and explore the culture of Tanzania.